Punk Revolution now! Today we're going to be reviewing Ichiko Aoba's newest album, Adan no kaze. Ichiko Aoba is a very talented musician. She makes folk music. She's from Japan. She's so talented. She's got a gorgeous voice, like really beautiful. She's outstanding at the guitar. I love her guitar work, like really intricate finger picking, just extremely talented guitarist, very creative guitar playing. Great songwriter, makes beautiful, gorgeous music. So, very excited for this new album. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so excited going into it. Let's start by taking a look at the album cover. Ooh, I've spent a long time looking at this album cover, and frankly, I zoomed in and she is in fact wearing a swimsuit, so she's not naked despite the fact that everyone says so. And I've done my analysis. It's a cool cover. It's beautiful. It's very oceanic, which I think is going to actually tie into the music because you're going to hear in this album there's some nature recordings in the music where there's like an ocean. You hear like the waves. It's so beautiful. And Ichiko Aoba has incorporated nature recordings in her music before. It's a beautiful thing she does. You're like listening to this gorgeous song and then it takes you to this wonderful, beautiful scene and then you're back into a gorgeous song. It's like music you could definitely play while you're doing yoga and just chilling because it's fucking beautiful. And that cover, you can see it's a very calm, beautiful, relaxing cover to go along with some beautiful music. The number one thing that sticks out to me about this album would probably be the instrumental arrangements. They're very beautiful and I think make this album worth checking out. Ichiko Aoba has always used very minimal instrumental arrangements like just acoustic guitar and her voice, which has actually gotten her very far because she's really fucking talented, beautiful voice, fantastic songwriting, great at the guitar. That's worked really well for her. But here she's stepping up the instrumental arrangements quite a bit. I would still consider these instrumental arrangements pretty damn minimal, but I'm picking up like piano, horns, xylophone, string section. She's bringing out this whole orchestra to help put this album together. Notably, no drums. Very, very, very minimal any sort of percussion in this album. I love the way it's recorded. Everything just sounds so natural. Everything sounds acoustic, no like electric guitars or electric anything in here. Everything is, it just sounds like as if you're in a cathedral and you're watching like a live band perform in front of you. Everything just sounds so like real. What you hear is what the people are actually playing. It's great. All these intricate instrumental arrangements certainly bring her into the genre of chamber folk, more than anything else I've really heard from her. And you might actually feel inclined to compare this album to a lot of the bigger names in chamber folk like Sufjan Stevens or Joanna Newsom. I actually think those are pretty fair comparisons. Although I will say, Ichiko Aoba she seems to be a lot more focused on just creating as beautiful as an atmosphere as possible. Like the no drums thing, I think it makes a big difference. The nature recordings kind of flowing out of the album, I think makes a big difference. And she has a freaking beautiful voice. And honestly, like when you put the like lack of drums together with like kind of like the sort of like neoclassical-ish orchestra arrangements in this album and her beautiful voice, it actually does make me want to compare her a little bit to like Popol Vuh, except Popol Vuh was a little bit more like electric guitar-y, while this is a lot more like acoustic. Beyond just having really pleasant instrumental arrangements, this album actually has a lot of really beautiful moments musically as well. Like my favorite song, Easter Lily, listen to how that acoustic guitar, she's like playing up and down this kind of like mystic jazzy chord, playing one note at a time, and then simultaneously you can hear like xylophones or maybe bells, I'm not exactly sure what it is. They're playing like the notes at the same time and they're kind of like swaying and dancing with each other. It's a beautiful effect. And on top of that, you have her wonderful, gorgeous voice singing this very emotional melody. It's a beautiful thing. It kind of all comes together in a way that just sounds a little bit like a lullaby. It's beautiful. Like you can just kind of sway to it and feel calm and relaxed and just listen to the beautiful instruments. It sounds great. But while this album is like really beautiful from start to finish, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not crazy about the songwriting overall. Like it has really nice moments and overall it's well done. It's good enough for what this album is trying to achieve. But like frankly, like listening to her other albums like Zero, I'm listening to Zero and I'm coming out of that album thinking like, God damn, she is so creative with her songwriting choices and oh my goodness, she is so freaking good at the guitar. This album, not so much. Yes, the instrumental arrangements are really awesome, but like there's not very many songwriting choices that really blow my mind here. There's no melodies here that are like gonna like really stick into my soul or anything. It's all good stuff. And I guess it kind of just comes down to your personal preference a bit here. Like if you prefer a really atmospheric album and with gorgeous instrumental arrangements, you might actually prefer this one. But for me, like songwriting is like everything for me. If you can write really killer songs with just an acoustic guitar, that's gonna mean a lot more to me personally, and I think it's gonna have more sticking power, and it's just a better album overall. Well, this album, the instrumental arrangements are cool, the nature recordings coming in there are cool, beautiful voice, but I feel like in terms of the songwriting, she kind of actually plays it a bit safe. Like the guitar work, you know, is just kind of like pretty simple stuff. Maybe she had to kind of like simplify it a little bit, kind of take it down a notch in terms of the songwriting creativity in order to make this like more complex instrumental arrangements work. But you know what? It's still a great album. Like I said, I think it comes down to personal preference a bit. I'm giving this a 7.8 out of 10. Great album. Check it out. Check her other albums out too. I'm curious to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments. And if you like and comment and subscribe, it means a lot to me. The more people like, comment, subscribe, the more my videos get views. And we're all in it for the views. I don't give a fuck about the music. I just want views. So like and comment and subscribe so we can get more views. Punk Revolution now.